I often hear talk about the golden age of Hollywood. Yeah, I was around in those days. I don't think it was such a golden age.
Sounds like it messed up a lot of people.
It did. They were turning out like 750 feature pictures a year, but most of it was trash. Most of it was absolute junk. Those Warner Brother epics and those B pictures by the score. I've been a member of the Academy now for over 40 years, and every year, for 40 years, when I get those ballots, and we have to sit down, and we have to nominate five pictures out of the output of that year that are going to be considered candidates for the best picture of the year. Well, this year it was very hard, terribly hard to find five pictures that you really would be willing to give that accolade. But then I began to think, but 35 years ago it was hard. 30 years ago it was hard. It's always difficult to find five pictures in any one year that are worthy of that sort of recognition. So the fact that fewer pictures are made now, about a third of that number are now made, and then 750 were made, it's still hard to find five pictures of quality. Always, because there's, the quality is rare in the world, in anything, not only in films, but in books or television shows or music. It isn't often that you produce a Vladimir Horowitz, who, by the way, at the age of 75, the other night, or the other afternoon, played at the White House, 75 years old, dazzling. I would challenge anyone to turn up a pianist of 25, 35, 45, 55, no matter how gifted, no matter how talented. It takes a long time to become young. It takes a long time to become Horowitz. It takes a long time to become Ruth Gordon. It takes a long time to become Somerset Maugham. You might look at me and say, well, yes, but those are artists. They're not people who just work. It takes a long time to know how to sew a dress or how to design a building. Frank Lloyd Wright. I mean, look at his work. One of the examples I think I give in the book is Alfred North Whitehead. Alfred North Whitehead, professor in Cambridge in England, reached the age of 65 and they threw him out. So he was very unhappy about that. He wanted to go on working, and he was invited by Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts, to come for a year as a guest lecturer. So he went from Cambridge, England to Cambridge, Massachusetts for a year. He stayed for 20 years. And in that 20-year period, from the age of 65 to 85, it is now generally understood that Alfred North Whitehead produced his greatest and most important work.